Now we're going to take it and you're going to make rhubarb ginger drop biscuits.
Yes.
So did you make up this recipe?
Of course I did.
That's so cool.
I know, and I use barley flour because I wanted to add fiber, because you know I'm the queen of fiber.
Yes, you are.
And as a matter of fact, one of those babies is 178 calories, but 3.9 grams of fiber.
And how much are you supposed to get in a day?
Anywhere between 20 and 30, depending, you know, male, female, how old you are. So yeah, but most of us get only about 10. So you know, you're almost getting 4 grams of fiber with one kind of a treat. So there you go. Okay, good.
Love that.
So we're going to start with the wet ingredients. Sidebar, if you ever notice that teacups are meant for right-handed people, see the picture?
Yeah.
But I'm left-handed, so I never get to see the picture unless you drink it like this.
I wonder why they do that.
Because they're stupid. Anyway. So, I'm discriminated against. I'm left-handed. Anyway. Okay. Omega-3 egg. Yeah, you know, get as many omega-3s as you can into your diet. It's good for as an anti-inflammatory. It's heart healthy. It's wonderful.
I wonder about that because they cost a little bit more.
You know, I totally think it's worth it because the chickens convert. They give them flaxseed, which is plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, and the chickens convert them into fish form. So they're converting them for you because everybody converts plant version into fish form.
Yeah.
But they don't do a good job sometimes. So it depends on. It's just all about your DNA basically. Yeah. Okay. So then you're adding the oil, and then we're going to add some buttermilk. Okay, now in Canada, buttermilk is 1% milk fat. Yep. So if you're going to make your own, use 1% milk, don't use skim, because you need that little bit of extra fat to make these tender.
See, you very rarely say that, so listen to her when she says use the extra fat.
Use the extra fat, because you need it for this kind of, it's a biscuit. Okay. Now, baking is a science, we know that, but I'm really anal about this. You think I'm crazy about the other one?
You better do it right.
You better do it right. I've got a student came up to me, she goes, you know what? The only thing I remember from what you taught me was like how chickens run around and how to measure flour. It's like, okay, whatever. Anyway, I'm glad I influenced you. But anyway, you need...
She's terrified of you.
Yeah, she was. And I met her in the bra department, so that was terrifying too. Anyway, so yeah, I was wearing like these big mother... Anyway, whatever. Okay, so spoon your flour in, especially when it's like a barley flour or an oat flour or not a regular white, because you don't want to overdo it, okay?
Right.
And then you level it off like that, okay? So if you don't do that, this won't work. Don't send me an email. Okay, here we are. Okay,
you have to do that right.
Because I get emails, I go, well, it didn't work. Well, did you use the barley flour? No, I used rye. Okay, hang up. Yeah. We're not on the same page.
Go away.
Go away. Yeah, really. It's like, I made your recipe, but I didn't have any apples.
I didn't do anything you said.
I used a pineapple. Yeah, okay. Thanks for sharing. Anyway, okay. Baking soda, baking powder, and I don't use salt a lot, but I use a little bit, and I like iodized salt. We talked about that, getting the iodine back into your diet, which we don't get enough.
So a lot of people are lacking.
And I think that's one of the reasons why people are tired or have thyroid issues, or
that's why people are angry.
Need
some iodine.
Iodine, chocolate, and maybe a glass of wine. Anyway, okay.
Do you want that?
No, that's some sugar for later. Okay. All right. So now that's all mixed up, and now we're going to cut the butter in, but you want to cut it into little pieces first. So there's like a 1/4 cup of butter, and here's 2 different kinds of pastry blenders, pastry cutters. So you just have to cut this in until I wrote in the recipe, which was going to be on your site, that it looks like oatmeal, but I couldn't really figure out how to tell you the right size. So maybe watch the video and then make the recipe. But the reason is you want to get that butter coated into the coated with the flour, because when the butter melts, that's how you get flakiness. So that's what flaky is from when you're adding a solid fat. Okay.
And do you have to grind it all the way down? Is that crucial?
It needs to. Like in this particular recipe, the thinner is the better. Okay. So we're not going to do it all the way because we're going to do TV, but then you're going to put fresh garlic. I mean fresh ginger. They're the weirdest scones you've ever had. And then this is when we use the little tiny rhubarbs, okay? So if you don't have any tiny, then get the big stalks and cut them up smaller. And then, because you love ginger so much,
more ginger.
There's more ginger. This is the candied dry stuff, not the stuff you get in a syrup, okay? And then you mix all that up. Do you want to bring me the dry ingredients over here?
The what?
And the trick is that you really have to make sure that was the liquid ingredients, wasn't it? I said dry.
That's okay.
Oh my gosh.
We're all with you.
Okay, good. And then you're going to throw that in there.
And do I have to do it in a special way? Because I didn't.
You have to hop on one foot. See, and that's going to make it so much better.
Now it's going to work.
All right, and then you just stir it up. All right, and now here's the biggest thing. You can make this with your kids because they can't wreck it. There's no gluten in here, or hardly any, and so you can mix the heck out of it. And
I know what she was going to say.
I was going to say something else.
So that's good. It doesn't have to be a gentle folding of the
and then you scoop it on like that. You you make 14 and Bob's your uncle. Put a teeny bit of, a little bit of, just a tinge, and there you, that was sugar. And ta-da!
Oh, so that's how you do it. So this is a very healthy recipe.
It's a very